Hello and welcome to Mondays with Melissa. I am so glad that you are here. It is the second week of February, and I don't know about you guys, but I feel like it's just interesting to kind of sit back and watch and see how people respond at this point in the game to the new year. 6 weeks in to the new year, and there's that statistic, that it's a very high percentage. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head. I could probably look and find it. How many people set, a resolution, a goal, a desire to lose weight, and they aren't able to follow through? I want to say it's in the 90s, you guys. I will look and I will put it in the show notes for sure. Let me just write myself a note. This is my brain. Okay, sorry, I want to be able to provide you with accurate information, and I don't ever want to misspeak or misquote. So I try really hard to be diligent about that. And that's why I wanted to write that down, because I also want to be a woman of my word, and I don't want to say I'm going to do something and then get busy and forget, because I'm distracted a little bit easily. So all of that to say, it's just very interesting to me to see how that goes. And I think part of that is the mindset that we have, right? Like we are flipping the calendar on that new year, and we are going to do all the things. And I think what happens is that we overwhelm ourselves, and we literally go into fight, flight, or freeze, because our body's job is to protect us and to keep us safe. And when we do too much at once, it's like, wait a minute, what's going on? So that's a lot of the work I do with my private one-on-one clients, is we focus on how to make those changes, habits over time, because our body does want to keep us safe and it does want to protect us. And we have our mind that's trying to do the same. And so we really need to sync the two together. And I'm really getting off on a big tangent here. So all of that to say, if you feel like maybe you are not where you want to be 6 weeks into the new year, I would love to encourage you with some simple swaps today. These are some simple upgrades that you can add to your life, and you can really have a little bit more of a maximum health return or benefit by doing these swaps. And I can probably provide a link as well to this, but I just want to run through this real quick, and I will put a link below for sure, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm visual and I like the handouts too. So let's talk about some simple swaps that you can do to just kind of upgrade your diet, your health, your nutrition, which will obviously impact your health in every area. So instead of white flour, you will want to do a whole wheat flour if you are not intolerant to gluten or wheat. If you are, you'll want to do a gluten-free flour. We are gluten-free, and we really like the Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1. It's an equal conversion. So 1 cup of regular flour is going to be 1 cup of the 1-to-1. It solves the math problem for me, okay? Instead of white sugar, you will want to use cane sugar or coconut sugar. I prefer coconut sugar. It's low glycemic, so it's going to help balance that blood sugar a little bit. But some people obviously can't do coconut because they have an intolerance, an allergy, or whatnot. Instead of corn syrup, you would want to use 100% pure honey or 100% pure maple syrup. Instead of regular milk, you'd want to do organic milk or almond milk. Instead of soy sauce, you would want to use coconut aminos. The reason for that is soy is something that people are oftentimes intolerant to, and they don't realize it. I did a whole video about this on Facebook, because there are some weight loss companies that promote products that have a lot of soy in them. And if you're intolerant to soy, your body will actually not lose weight. So it's ironic to me that a weight loss company is promoting a product that has a ingredient that people are intolerant to, and that can actually hinder weight loss. So I will link to that as well. My goodness, this is a packed episode. Instead of processed salad dressings, you're going to want to have, any salad dressing mix that you make from home. Epicure is a brand that I really like. I do not sell it, but you have the ability to buy their dressing seasoning, and then you can add it with balsamic vinegar or olive oil or whatever the recipe calls for. And you could also just make your own without their mixes, but make sure if you don't use Epicure, that you are getting a brand that is clean. It doesn't have a bunch of junk in it. Instead of pop or soda, you could do LaCroix flavored water if you feel like you need that carbonation. Instead of microwave popcorn, you could do Skinny Pop, or you could just make popcorn yourself, the old-fashioned way, right? Instead of flavored yogurt, you might want to try Greek yogurt, or what I use for my overnight oats is I use So Delicious coconut milk yogurt, just because I have a dairy intolerance. Instead of coffee creamer, you would want to use stevia. You could do liquid or powder. You may also want to add some coconut oil to your coffee. I've been doing that just for some added fat to my diet. Instead of applesauce with high fructose corn syrup, you'd want to do a natural applesauce. Instead of foods with dyes, you're going to want to do dye-free foods. I'm very big on dyes being terrible for our health. Instead of bacon, you would want to do some nitrate-free turkey bacon. Instead of sugary cereals, I talked about this last week, you would want to look for oats, maybe steel cut or quick, depending on your schedule and your lifestyle. Instead of canned fruits and veggies, you would want fresh fruits and veggies, just because we don't know what's happening to them when they're in that can. The can could be seeping chemicals and whatnot into the food. So fresh is always best. Instead of peanut butter, you would want to upgrade to a natural peanut butter or an almond butter. And what I use instead of butter is actually coconut oil. So those are just some simple swaps for you. I will put a link in the show notes below. I know that this episode is not real exciting and not real sexy, but I also know that you want lasting change and you want lasting transformation. And if we continue to go for the shiny object, we're going to continue to be misled. So my encouragement is to focus on the basics. Go through your pantry, do a pantry clean out. If you have some of these things in the instead of column, get rid of them, upgrade them with this, see how you feel, see what you notice, because this is a huge component of our health that is really not addressed. I think we put way too much focus on food being associated with weight when really it is connected to all facets of our health. So as always, if you have questions, if you need anything, let me know. If you really struggle with the sugar part, this is an invitation to you. My Breaking Free from Sugar program starts, let me pull up my calendar here and see when we're starting. We are starting next week, and I would love nothing more than you to join us. So I'll put a link in the show notes below. If you have questions, if you need anything, let me know. But I do believe that making these simple swaps can have a really huge impact on your health. And it doesn't have to be overwhelming, right? Like, that's what I love, is you can make some simple swaps and really have a beautiful payback. So have a beautiful day. I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.